What's up, fam? It's Calla from Recalibrate, back with episode 19 of the Lighten Up podcast. On today's episode, we have my good friend Sincerely Collins, aka Kyle Collins, aka Casey the Dime, if you've known him as long as I have, which is since high school, which is like over 17 years. So this conversation is a long time in the making, a long time coming, and I'm really excited to share it with all of you guys. It was recorded back on 10/10, October 10th, so during the last Mercury retrograde. So it's funny now that I'm releasing it during this Mercury retrograde. But I still think it's a great conversation. I think everyone's going to get something out of it. We talk about being a force of light in the darkness. We talk about the craziness of what's going on in today's society, from Coco and music venues to Lil Nas X and a lot of the craziness that goes on in the music industry, like serving that dark agenda. So I'm really grateful that Kyle sat down with me, that he was able to open up about some of these things and just really share the truth of who he is. We talk about being yourself and speaking your truth during these times. So I'm really excited to share this with all of you. Thank you again so much for tuning in. And yeah, with that being said, let's grab a candle, some sage, palo santo, maybe some incense, and let's lighten up together.
All right, where's the part where we get to light the joint? For real. Let's do this.
All right. What's up, fam? It's Calla from Recalibrate here with my friend, Sincerely Collins. Kyle Collins.
So.
And before we get into it, you know the drill. We're going to just get present in this now moment and take 3 deep, long breaths together. So let's breathe in together, perhaps through your nose, and let it out. Again, breathe in, and let it out. Last one, breathe in, and let it out. As I light this candle, I just call upon the Great Spirit, the Most High, highest source, direct light and love, and ask that Kyle's highest self, my highest self, and the highest selves of everyone listening be present for this conversation, and that Kyle and I together, with the help of you guys, can all ground more love, light, fun, humor, laughter, joy into this planet, and tip the scales back to love. Aho.
Aho. What's aho?
It's like a kind of like saying amen, but a different way of saying things.
Yo, I really like these. They remind me of like Mexican brujas.
Yeah, well, I mean,
like I feel like you got it at like maybe K Momo. Like that's a possibility.
I don't even want to tell you where I got that one because it's like embarrassing.
Is it?
I got it at Target.
How's that embarrassing?
Because it's like George Soros, like fucking.
Because you're white?
And I got a fucking Jesus candle at Target. Yeah, maybe that's why, Kyle.
That's probably why. I get it.
So for those of you who don't know, this is Sincerely Collins, aka Kyle Collins, formerly known as Casey the Dime.
Oh my God.
And I've known Kyle since high school. So it's been like, we've got like, I don't know what, 15, 16?
As long as you say that you know me, you've known me. I didn't know you.
What the fuck ever. I'm about to, at the end of this video, put that video of your promo at the end.
That's fine. That's fine with me. As long as your part's in it, that's perfectly fine with me.
My part would be like the highlight of it.
Okay.
So I've been friends with Kyle and rocking his music since, I'm gonna say it, the Mustang Anthem.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
He used to be really embarrassed about it, but I think we're coming around full circle.
It's not embarrassing, it's just stupid. Like, It's just like,
I'm insulted.
why are you insulted? Like, the song is dumb. Like, it's
it's amazing.
it's called the Mustang Anthem.
And the D-Block Stomp.
Yeah, but like, think about like if someone just saw like the Mustang Anthem on iTunes, they'd be like, the fuck is the Mustang Anthem? They'd be like, is this a song about like 62 fucking Fords? Like, like what the fuck? Yeah, he made the Mustang Anthem. Like,
dude, okay.
I'm not embarrassed. I'm just not gonna go around being like, yeah.
This here was the Mustang
Yeah,
Anthem.
you already know.
Yeah. Well, that's what made me originally start fucking with Kyle. Here, you want to light this joint?
Yeah,
I know you've been waiting.
You only fuck with me because I did the Mustang Anthem.
No, but like that was when I was like, oh my god, I love this. This is the best thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, you were the most spirited person in all of history of our school.
Yeah,
real.
It was really fun. I had a lot of fun. I was a little psycho, but
you were made for high school.
I feel like I've, done some things since then, Kyle.
No, you've done some cool shit. But I'm just saying, like, in high school, you were fucking shit up. Oh man,
dude,
you were fearless. You're still very fearless. But like, in high school, just thinking back to the younger version of the fearless you, it's like, it's cool. It's really cool. Because we were so adolescent. We were just so like, just doing our thing. Like, didn't know anything about the world or what the fuck was happening.
Dude, yeah. Well, same with you. I mean, I look back and I think that's why we were friends too, is we were both like kind of like dorky and nerdy.
Yeah, we
and,
just didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, just doing our own thing. And like, you can say whatever you want, but everyone loved the Mustang Anthem. Maybe not everyone, but like a lot of people did. And it was fun. And then since then, you've just been like following your dream. And I love that. So Kyle's got a ton of great music. You just released your newest album, Alien.
Yeah.
And what's your favorite song on that one?
I would probably say LA Times.
Oh, I love that song. I love that song.
Yeah, probably LA Times. It's just overall my favorite like mood of the album. It's not dark, but it's not happy, and it's like, it's just a vibe. It's a total vibe. And I feel like musically, all the elements to that I was able to like bring together and make it still work and work in a really good way, like that was an accomplishment for me.
It's been really fun to watch your journey too. Like, there's just been, you've always kind of like we weren't super tight friends the whole time, but I've always like been cheering you on from afar, and like there would be certain songs that come out and I would just like love them, like Light Work obviously.
Right.
And when you did release Stupid Shit, dude, I was like, this is the most hilarious thing I've ever heard in my life.
Stupid Shit was like a staple. That was my first song with a good music video.
That music video was hilarious, dude. I watched it and I was like, because that's how I felt about rap music at the time.
Right.
It was like everyone was just saying all this stupid shit, and you were like, gonna be a major hit or something. I don't know.
Yeah. That was like, I feel like that message is kind of like my main identity in music. It's kind of just like the guy who calls out bullshit, kind of, you know what I mean? And then like also tries to make the opposite as well. But I like to make it fun too, you know? Try to make the music fun and bring all the elements together at the same time.
Yeah, you've got like stuff, I feel like everyone could find a song of yours that they like.
Right.
Like and especially like, I don't know, you've grown so much in your music and gotten so much better, but even some of the old ones, there's just like all sorts of, there's like slow love songs, there's like fucking spitting facts songs. I love when you say, I don't remember what song it is, but you're like, oh, I think it's The Other Side. You're like, I give them the gospel over Spotify.
Right, yeah. That's one of my favorite lines for sure.
Yeah, because you're like trying to play this balance of like being in the industry.
Yeah. you're in the matrix and you know you're in the matrix, but you're also the one fighting against it.
Right. Yeah. So how do you like? I'm over here like, I don't know. I feel like I've exposed myself as being pretty radical. So how do you toe the line?
I think I might have spent too much time in previous years worrying about the line. You know what I mean? Like when the line is really like, it doesn't really need to be there.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like recently, like I really feel a responsibility to kind of just like hone into that part of my identity, because I realized that the biggest songs that I have, organically at least, are songs where it's got that message behind it. It's the message of fighting against the machine. Right. You know what I mean? So obviously there's something to that. There's something the universe and God wants me to keep going with that. So I think sometimes it's hard because, you know, a song like Light Work or like, which Light Work and Possible, they had their own codes in it, you know, but they were also very like, I'm trying to make a hit with these records, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So sometimes you get in the habit of chasing those, you know, chasing those records.
Right. It's the same as like when you post something for likes, or you know what I mean? Like kind of the same idea behind it is just like you're seeking.
But imagine there's profit at the other end of it too, you know what I mean? So it's like those songs, those are my biggest songs and my most profitable songs. So it's like, true. I'm trying to create another money stream as well. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but sometimes you just got to realize like it's not in your hands. You know, like this whole thing was created because I was just following something. I wasn't like, oh, I need to do this kind of thing and then I'll get this return. You know, it's just like I was just doing, and that's what happened. You know, right. So I think that's kind of going to be my main focus for the next little period. That, and also completely staying away from that sometimes too, and just being like, and just having fun and doing whatever the fuck I want on a song too. You know what I mean? Like that's also very important. I feel like I haven't just like thrown paint at the board and just like let it stick. Like I'm always like being so tedious and Virgo about everything. Like I'm gonna like chill out on that a little bit for the next little while and just kind of try to express more freely. Yeah. You know?
I mean, and it's kind of like that's what's next too, and I feel like that's gonna feel good to just be like, okay, you've done those things, created that way. Right. Now you can let yourself.
Right. And I feel like when I had my band, that's what I was doing.
The band.
Yeah.
Dude.
When I had my band, that's what I was doing, and it really like opened up that side of my brain more to just like freeness, I guess you could say. Mm-hmm. And I think I've just been too far in the left brain lately, and I'm just ready to get back over to that. Like, fuck it, you know what I mean? Yeah. Let it all out type of shit.
Totally. So how do you get into your right brain? Do you like are you going to work with a band again, or like?
I mean, mainly I think it's just the, one aspect is the type of music that I'll be making. You know what I mean? Like I think just like organic instruments and singing and melodies and just like, and screaming and like just kind of letting it all out. I think that's going to help. But also just like my process, like like my figuring out how I want to start songs, how I want to, like where I want to draw my inspiration from. You know, that's what's going to be different. I am going to include a lot more elements that are bandy. I don't know if I'm going to start a band. Right. But like I'm definitely going to create something to where like it's for a live band to perform. Right. You know what I mean?
That's tight.
Yeah. So I plan to go on a sweet tour next year.
So how can I ask a question that's kind of controversial, but as a musician, like with things like in Arizona, they require, you know, a cocoa test or a shot to perform. Like, does that concern you as an artist, or like how do you?
You're saying places already do that in Arizona?
Yeah, like the Marquee Theater, pretty much every major venue in Arizona has signed a...
Oh, the test. I'm thinking the
The
actual...
test, yeah. I mean, so you have to get a test or do the shot, so...
Yeah. I mean,
you just have to do the test if you just...
Yeah, I mean, like, the test for me is whatever, like... I mean, I don't want to do it, but, like, it's better than being forced to do the other thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. And also, like, I like the fact that, like, there's some places that you can go and do the test yourself. They're not fucking, you know what I mean, sticking it in you and shit. But yeah, like, I don't know, man. It's unfortunate. Yeah. It's unfortunate. Yeah, I don't know how it's going to affect me and my touring and like what I'm gonna be doing next year, but I do know that there's like enough people who are on my side of it, right, to where like I'm gonna be okay. You know what I mean? Right. So we'll figure it out.
I pray for like the underground. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like if it isn't gonna go that way, then like I see just like I pray for like artists and people to come together and be like, all right, well, I'm not going to go to those venues that are requiring this. If it ever especially becomes to like requiring the jab itself, like entirely, then I would hope that people would be like, okay, we're not performing those places. And then other places can pop up and like, you know what I mean?
Right. And I think that's going to happen. Yeah. It just depends on like how, there's going to be levels to it, like who's going to fit into which categories, you know what I mean? Like what level of artists are going to fit into which categories, which level of venues are going to fit into which categories, you know what I mean? Like who's going to be like, nah, we just need our money and we need to get the...
Oh, that's already happening, you know, like, yeah. I mean, I obviously have pretty strong opinions about like the whole thing, but yeah, there was an artist that was performing at the Marquee and he requires proof of a test or the jab, and I got a refund.
The artist required it?
No, the whole
the Marquee
thing did. But the artist, I was very shocked by the artist because it was Satsang, which you may or may not know him, but I called him out on the internet already. But he preaches all about like spirit. His songs are all about like spirituality and like the power of the people, and like I don't even know, like really beautiful songs that it's kind of like surprising when someone like that like, and he got the jab and it's just like, wait, what? Really? Yeah, and basically was like, I have to feed my family, like I'm getting this fucking jab, and like to me that's like abandoning his truth.
Yeah, for real.
And like I just feel like it's a time for all of us to be standing in our truth. So I loved what you were saying too about just like your, like when you were creating those songs where you were speaking the truth and like getting into those things, like people resonate with that shit.
Right. Facts. Big facts. And it also makes me wonder like what are people's truths to begin with? Like are they selling a truth? Are they selling a different truth than what they actually are doing, you know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it really, I mean, the key, I think, is to just, like, be your fucking self.
Absolutely.
Whatever you believe, you know? And just...
I cannot believe they're fucking requiring that shit. Like, that's so crazy to me. Like, I'm actually sitting here thinking about that. Like, it's wild. But, I mean, like, we've been thinking about this time for a long time, so it's like, it's just time to act. It's really just time to act, you know?
Yeah, it is. So how do we act? Just standing in our truth and like doing what we can.
I mean, that's always my first go-to is to just get back to creating, because that's what I'm supposed to do. That's what I'm here to do, you know? Right. So I always feel that my effect will come through that, whether it's the effect that it has on an output to the world or whether it's an effect that it just has on me to do more things, you know, that's where I start. So I'm working on another project so I can like get those things out and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's exciting.
that's how you're gonna dance to it?
Yeah, I'm gonna dance like this. I'm gonna dance however I want. Because I'm about to turn 33 and I got no fucks left to give. Don't you feel like getting older, you're like...
Number. Yeah,
is a good number.
I think that like that's why when you're like really old, you're just a fucking dick because you really just don't give a fuck by then. You've seen so much.
Yeah, probably true.
But yeah, 33. That's a good number.
Yeah. So let me backtrack. I am filling the audience in on our friendship and how much I've learned from you, not even just like in creating stuff, but in like personal development and spirituality, all the stuff. So what YouTube videos or like people or like what recommendations you got, or like who are you listening to, or where are you?
I was sitting there trying to figure out where you were going with that. You said what YouTube videos?
Well, because you used to like we would
kick
it.
That is like the question to ask me. Like what YouTube videos? As you know, Joseph Rodriguez. That's my dude.
He's fire. Can you tell the people about Joseph, like who he is?
Yeah, Joseph Rodriguez is just like he's just a regular entrepreneur dude who he started reading Think and Grow Rich, which is, that's like my favorite book.
Yeah.
And it changed his life the same way it changed so many people's lives. And he decided to start doing like book report / summary synopsises on like, is it synopsi?
I don't know.
But he started to do like these reports on them, and he moved on to other books and other things, other philosophy books that I was into. And he's just a very, very potent thinker, and the way he dissects the books and summarizes it for you, it just like it compacts it into everything you actually need to know. He's he's dope.
Yeah.
He's dope as fuck.
Yeah, it's cool. You can, like, if you want to read a book, but you don't want to listen to the whole thing, or you just want to, like, see if you would like it, you can go and, like, he has a ton of fucking books.
Exactly.
Like, or if you've read a book and you want to, like, refresh on the book, that's a good idea. I
want to make sure that I'm not, like, hitting this.
I know, I thought you were maybe hitting it.
So, sorry, we'll be okay.
No, it's okay. I keep it real on this Lighten Up podcast. We just roll with the punches of everything.
Yeah.
Because I ain't got time to be...
And you can send me the audio too. I can make sure it's all goody.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
You got friends, dog.
I got friends.
You got friends who know what
I'm over here on iMovie and shit. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Send me the audio. We'll figure it out. I'll make sure it's goody.
Oh, fuck yeah.
All right. I think that's better.
Yeah.
It might not be because my necklace is there. Hold on.
It's okay. We can edit it. I'm pretty good at iMovie these days.
I think we should leave it.
I think
we should leave me getting my fucking... Do this, please.
Dude. Oh, yeah, it is. Oh. There we go. Okay, where do you want it?
Thanks, Mom.
It was tangled.
I'm too busy trying to be fly over here, dude. Like,
I know. I wore jeans, which isn't, like, comfortable either. I should have just worn pajamas.
They're cool jeans, though. I like those.
Thanks.
You smacked your jeans?
Yeah, I was like, jeans,
Thanks.
we did it.
Fucking cool ass jeans. Let's go, jeans.
Yeah. I'm
relighting this.
Oh, good idea.
All right, keep going.
Joseph Rodriguez, dude. He's the man, basically.
Yeah, Joe Rod is my
Who else?
guy. I'll throw a curveball out there for them, not for you, but for them. Kevin Trudeau. I think he's still in jail. But if you want to know a lot about how America works, that is who you should check out.
He's he's definitely at first when I listened to him, he really pissed me off, but he helped with some things for sure. I haven't listened to him in forever, but his story about how he got thrown in jail is bullshit.
It's not so much about the philosophy for me. It's more so about his understanding of the philosophy of the certain people in America.
Yeah.
That's what does it for me.
Yeah.
Because it's important to know your friends and your enemies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just like how the minds of other people work, because you don't have the same mind as everybody else. So I think it's really important. That's why I think it's important to read the 48 Laws of Power, because it's very important to know what other people are reading to try to take advantage of you, you know?
Oh, I haven't read that. That sounds...
I suggest you read it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So how are you, I feel like you're an alien. I also feel like an alien. So how are you coping with being...
Do you feel like I'm an alien because it says it on my Instagram profile?
No.
And because I have a song called Alien? And because I say sometimes I feel like an alien? And because I have alien merch?
I mean, that could maybe have something to do with my feelings of it.
Okay. I was just checking.
And I think it resonates with a lot of people. Like, a lot of us feel like we're here and we're like, what in the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
And, like, why is this happening? And, like, all right, I guess I'm going to just, like, create some shit.
Mm-hmm. This dream I envisioned, it came to fruition. Straight up. Yeah. I've been mad into aliens, and, like, you know, my band was Weird is the New Cool.
Yeah.
Everything I do is about being an outcast, being an outsider, and looking in and you know, wanting to change what I see in the world. And I feel like that's pretty much how everyone actually feels, and now everyone's actually ready to talk about it.
Yeah.
Or getting ready to talk about it, you know? Like,
right.
So
a lot of people are, at least.
Aliens are popping right now. People can relate to just that feeling of not feeling like you're from here. Like, and at the end of the day, we're fucking avatars. We're meat fucking, animals with souls. You know what I mean? Like, we're not really in here right now. Like, we're just using this body, you know?
Yeah. It's like a lot. I guess that's the point, though. Like, nothing really matters. But it feels like it does.
Right.
So, but it feels like, how do you... I know it's, like, hard sometimes, so what do you do in those moments? Like, create, put your feet in the grass, get a massage? Like, how do you cope with the realities of being human?
I think sometimes you just fucking take it on the chin. You just eat it. Like, you know, like, we're here, obviously. It's like you were saying the other day on your story. It's like, we're here for a reason. Like, we chose to come here. Like, what I'm gonna do? Like, you know what I mean? I know in a couple of days I'll be all right. So it's like, whatever, you know? And it's not so much of like a depressive type of thing for me anymore. Now it's more so of like, embracing that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like Kid Cudi said, embrace the Martian. You know, like, embrace that.
You're just like,
and
own it,
use that. You know what I mean? Don't feel bad because of it. You know, use it.
Yeah.
Which is what we're doing.
Right. Yeah. I feel that most of the time, but I do have moments of just like it's not. It used to be like depressive, you know, for like long periods of time.
Sometimes it's like, what's the point? Like, there's like no fucking point to some of the shit.
Or it just feels really like hard, or I'm like, the way we're doing things just like doesn't make sense, and I know that there's like the technology,
right,
and like that even maybe we all collectively have a lot more power than we are led to believe, or like programmed to believe our whole lives, you know, like, who knows? But so I just get like sad, and I'm just like, home, like,
right,
you know. But then I like express it, and for me, like, I just went on Instagram and told Instagram, because I know that I'm not the only one who has these feelings. Like, everyone in the world goes through feelings of like, maybe it doesn't feel exactly like that, but like moments where you're just like struggling as fuck, you know?
Yeah.
And it could be last months, or it could last 2 minutes, like,
right.
But for me, I just like express it, or cry, or laugh. Laughing is a really fun way to like move that energy. Or
I love to laugh. I love laughing.
That's probably why we hang out, is because we laugh a lot.
We laugh a lot when we hang out.
Mostly because I say dumb shit.
And like, it's great being a Virgo too, because like I just laugh at myself all the time, and like I just always say shit that I know that I will think is funny, so I can just say it, and then I'm just like, all right, I'm satisfied. Yeah.
You are the most Virgo.
Oh, I'm so Virgo.
It's like
It's fun.
for you.
Yeah, it's fire.
I have my son in the 6th house, so I have some Virgo like qualities, but Scorpio. Totally.
Yeah, you Scorpios fuck too.
I mean, yeah, kinda. What else does the world want to know from Kyle Collins? Like, there has to be more.
Yeah, I feel like you would know better than me.
I know, but I'm like high, and it's hard. It's like, I'm like, I know you so well that I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, what do I not, like, what? I'm trying to think about, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How do you find, so while I'm in this process of like sharing myself and trying to make money by doing things on the internet, I have moments where I'm like, fuck, I can't do this. And you get that voice in your head, you know, that like is mean to you. How do you deal with that?
I think it's really...
Or do you not because you're a Virgo?
Nah, I definitely get that all the time. Like, there's like this arrogant, cocky, like fucking self-centered, can do anything in the world me that's over here. And then over here, there's this like fucking little boy that's like, nah, son, like you need to just go to sleep. Like just take a nap, watch Seinfeld, smoke some weed, and just like cuddle up in a ball because you're not gonna do anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's always that. But being aware of it, that's the key. Because when you're in one state, when I'm this guy, and I'm aware of it, then I can dial in to as much as I need of him and as little as I need of him. You know what I mean? And then when you're aware over here, you can focus on getting yourself all the way back over to this guy. You know what I mean? So that you can use that. But when you're unaware of it, that's when it becomes it can kind of fuck you, because if you're unaware of the ego, then the ego can get you in trouble. You know what I mean? The ego can take things overboard, can take things to the next level. And when you're unaware of the little, sad, can't do it person, the little bitch. When that's perfect. I don't know why I'm trying to talk regular because we're on this podcast. When you're aware of the little bitch in you, or when you're not aware, then he starts acting more like a little bitch and starts fucking making little bitch ass friends. Like, you know what I mean?
That's true. And like on the flip side too, if you're aware of it, then when you're being a little bitch, and it's not even always a little bitch. Sometimes it's just, look, the Virgo's cleaning. It's like there was sweetgrass smoke.
I'm just making sure we look good this entire time.
When you're aware, like not even little bitch, because like sometimes you do need to rest and relax and all of that. But when you're aware,
that's what I'm saying. When you're aware of it, you can control that,
and you can rest when you're resting.
Yeah,
and then work when you're working. But
exactly.
You're conscious of the fact that you're resting, so you're like,
absolutely.
Because sometimes I get in my head and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't be resting. I should be doing that. And like really, when that's happening, it's because I need to be working when I'm working. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
absolutely, 100%.
So how do you also, so I'm just asking you for career advice, basically. How do you structure your time when you are in charge of yourself?
It's a good question.
Do you ride creative bursts, or do you work for a while, or do you like?
Yeah, I mean, since I've been completely focused in on music the last several years, it's all inspiration driven. Like, I cannot work without that creative inspiration flowing. So for me, it's all about, I have to live to find the inspiration. You know what I mean? Every day I'm living to find inspiration, so that I can have that fuel in me to go and put into things.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's not always content. It's not always like, scenarios or something for lyrics. Sometimes it's just feelings. Sometimes it's just like mood. Sometimes it's, if I've been recluse and like felt like an old man and like I shouldn't do anything for 3 months, and then I go out to like a bar or a club or something, and it gives me that like, oh shit, this exists.
Yeah.
Again, you know what I mean? Like, and it's a whole new energy that you didn't have. Like, sometimes that can be uplifting, the same way that it can be like, it can mess up your inspiration if you get too much of it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, for me, it's just about living in a way to where every day I'm looking for inspiration and can find that to put back into the art.
Yeah. And so sometimes, like, that means, like, not being in the studio, too. Like, because you're living for or having those experiences.
It's a lot of not being in the studio.
Yeah.
It's a lot of sitting and waiting for your thoughts to be in tune with what you're trying to do.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I'm learning to lean into that because it's been, like, I'm just getting started on this journey of, like, I don't even know what to, just being myself. I don't know what to call it. But, like, I find that my energy ebbs and flows. And, like, I want to be the type of person that's, like, every day inspired to, like, create something and share it. But, like, it doesn't work like that because I feel the same, like, sometimes I just need to go live my life and, like, immerse myself in whatever I'm doing. And then, because
I mean, we're here, like, we want to experience, you know what I mean? Like, you want to live, you don't want to get too caught up in your work, but you also, like, your work can, help you live too. So it's like, it's crazy. It's just all about balance.
It's totally a balance.
It's balance.
Yeah. And that there are really no rules.
Yeah.
Like, we can create our own rules based on our own. Like, you're a man and a Virgo. Like, you're going to operate entirely different than me as a woman, Scorpio. You know what I mean? Like, facts. And I can learn from your experience and, like, that's why I like being around you, is because I often feel inspired and, like, I've learned so much being in the studio with watching you create. Like, it's been beautiful, but then I can do it my own way, Right. And that's what I hope for everyone else to see, that we can all just...
That's what we're all really doing out here, is just, like, regurgitating inspiration. You know what I mean? Like, let me inspire you to inspire her, to inspire them, to inspire them, to inspire me. You know what I mean? Like, I realized, speaking of living to get inspiration and like not working sometimes, I realized that early on, a lot, like 90% of my content came from watching movies. And you know me, I'm like the human fucking quote. Like, I'm the human quote. Like, obviously that's my thing. Obviously, like, how do I not remember to, like, fucking indulge in movies still? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's something that, like, I don't even have to stress about. Like, I can, but sometimes you get so caught up in how and why and where, and, like, you forget, like, just enjoy. Just enjoy your life, and, like, it'll work out. Like, it'll come. Totally. But enjoy your life and put in the right amount of work while you're doing it, be consistent too,
Yeah, in like some way. Even if it's just like for me, I found even if I can just be consistent with journaling, like, that's not necessarily, like, output, but it is in a sense, but it's like the glue that I'm like, okay, if I fall off from that, then I start to, like, it's crazy because I got a new phone because my old phone was shutting off like it just did in the middle of recording. So I got a new phone because
So obviously your new phone doesn't work.
yeah, it's doing the same thing. But it makes me feel like I'm like, wait, are you taking it out?
No, I just subconsciously heard you tell me to go get the other joint.
Oh. My fucking phone.
Calla.
It's not my fault. I gotta go to the Apple store, but I really hate that place. But it's like, does this happen to other people? Does this happen to you? Like, this has never happened to me.
I feel like whenever I try to do some shit like this, that should be happening. Isn't it Mercury retrograde?
Dude, but like, this...
That's something, I don't ever use that for an excuse either.
You don't ever use...
Except for electronics.
Oh, yeah. That's the only time is what electronics, but it's just one of those things that like, it just feels weird to me that it keeps happening, and I got a new phone, but I guess I just gotta go check on it, so I don't remember what we were talking about.
We were talking about movies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Movies. But don't you feel like they're programming you?
Sometimes it's both. Sometimes like there's the program and the antidote is in it.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like,
they are telling you what they're doing.
like when I watch The Matrix, it's the program and the antidote. You know?
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
So, you know, when I listen to music, a lot of music from some of our favorite artists who are very much caught in the machine and can't get out, a lot of that music is informative and exposing, you know? Like a lot of times we look at it as like, we talk about this all the time, like, oh, look at this symbolism, like look at this the metaphor they're using for this and that and yada yada yada. But sometimes that's not their evil coming out. Sometimes that is them exposing the evil that they know of. You know what I mean? Sometimes that's not all the time.
Yeah.
But sometimes, you know what I mean?
I mean,
I know that if I was unfortunate to have signed to a major record label 5-6 years ago when I first started to pop off, which I wouldn't have been able to do it. The vibration wouldn't work.
right.
But and people, the record labels knew that. I didn't get it back then. I didn't get why wasn't getting signed. But that's what it was. People understand when they're not going to be able to do certain things.
Right. They're like, they know they won't be able to pull you to the dark.
Exactly. So
I knew that.
so with that being said, if I was to